Erin Bates' husband, Chad Paine, has opened up in one of the most emotional and heartbreaking updates yet, sharing details of his wife's ongoing health battle that has left fans, friends, and even doctors shaken. Erin, best known for her role on the reality series Bringing Up Bates, has been facing a health crisis since the birth of her seventh child, Henry Blythe, just weeks ago. What should have been one of the happiest moments in their lives has instead turned into a season of deep uncertainty and emotional struggle. And now, Chad is pulling back the curtain on just how difficult the journey has been. In his update, Chad admitted that Erin still cannot use her right leg, and the most concerning part is that doctors remain completely baffled. They don't have an explanation. They don't have an answer. For a family that has always leaned on faith and optimism, this moment has been described as one of the darkest valleys they've ever walked through. Chad revealed that the past 3 weeks have felt like a whirlwind, filled with fear, confusion, and desperate prayers. He described nights spent by Erin's side in the hospital, holding her hand and hoping that the next test, the next scan, or the next round of treatments would bring some kind of clarity, some sign of improvement. But instead, the silence of the unknown has weighed heavy on their hearts. For context, Erin's health complications began shortly after delivering baby Henry on August 25th. What began as a seemingly routine postpartum recovery quickly spiraled into a life-threatening ordeal. Erin developed a severe urinary tract infection, which progressed into a kidney infection and then escalated into septic shock, a condition where the body's response to infection causes organs to shut down. On top of that, she suffered a prolonged and frightening seizure, leaving her medical team scrambling to stabilize her condition. Erin was placed in intensive care while baby Henry spent more than 2 weeks in the neonatal unit. For weeks, Chad juggled the impossible, supporting his wife, caring for his newborn in critical care, and trying to remain strong for their other 6 children at home. The family's faith has always been central to their story, and even in the midst of this storm, Chad spoke about how they've clung to prayer. He said that they've felt the support of thousands of people lifting Erin up in prayer, and he credited those prayers with giving them the strength to keep going. Still, his voice cracked as he admitted the truth. There are no clear answers yet. Erin has not regained the ability to use her right leg, and while doctors remain hopeful, the mystery surrounding her condition has left the family unsettled. For viewers and fans, it's difficult to comprehend how someone who has always been so vibrant, full of life, and surrounded by family could suddenly find herself in such a fragile state. Chad shared that watching Erin in pain has been one of the most devastating experiences of his life. In one of the most poignant updates, he recalled a moment when their young daughter, Brooklyn, wrote a letter to her mom. In the letter, the little girl told Erin how much she loved her, how she was praying for her, and how she knew her mom loved her back. Chad read those words aloud while Erin lay in her hospital bed, tears streaming down her face. A moment that reminded everyone just how deeply this crisis has impacted the family. He confessed that seeing his wife's spirit remain strong, even while her body has been weakened, has been both heartbreaking and inspiring. Erin has continued to sing and worship through her pain, a testament to her resilience and her faith, even when her future feels uncertain. Fans have been flooding the family's social media with messages of love, support, and prayers. Some have shared their own stories of unexplained illnesses and medical mysteries, expressing empathy for the Paine family's frustration. Others have speculated about possible causes for Erin's condition. Could it be nerve damage from childbirth, a stroke, a rare autoimmune reaction? Some have pointed out Erin's history of blood clotting complications and miscarriages, suggesting that this could play a role. While the family hasn't confirmed any diagnosis, the speculation highlights just how baffling this case has become. Erin's return home earlier this month was a milestone, but not the kind of joyful homecoming most new mothers experience. Instead of carrying her newborn in her arms and embracing a season of bonding, she came home still battling weakness, still unable to walk on her own, and still facing an uphill climb toward recovery. Yet, Erin and Chad made it clear that they are choosing gratitude. Erin posted that while they don't have all the answers yet, she is thankful simply to be back with her family, to hold her baby, and to be surrounded by the people she loves. For the Paines, gratitude has become their anchor, even in uncertainty. The story of Erin Bates Paine is not just one of illness. It's a story of resilience, faith, and community. Erin, who has always been known as a joyful and nurturing presence, is now in a position where she must accept help, lean on others, and fight through pain and mystery. Her husband's emotional updates have given fans a raw, unfiltered glimpse into the reality of living through a medical crisis that has no clear path forward. Chad has admitted that at times he has felt broken, overwhelmed, and unsure of how to navigate this season, but he continues to put his trust in faith, in family, and in the hope that healing will come. For longtime fans of Bringing Up Bates, this story is especially gut-wrenching. Erin, who has always been portrayed as one of the most gentle and strong-willed members of the family, a devoted mother who has embraced the challenges of raising a large family with grace, to see her sidelined in this way, unable to walk and uncertain about the future, is a reminder that no one, not even those who seem larger than life on reality television, is immune to the fragility of health. As the days turn into weeks and the weeks stretch into months, all eyes remain on the Paines. Will Erin regain the use of her leg? Will doctors ever find the cause of her mysterious symptoms? Can this young family of 9 settle into a new normal, or will their lives continue to be defined by uncertainty? These are the questions that linger, and for now, the answers remain just out of reach. But one thing is certain: Erin's story has touched thousands of people, many of whom see in her the reflection of their own battles, their own unanswered medical questions, their own moments of weakness and strength. And in that way, her struggle has become something larger than herself. It has become a testimony of perseverance. The journey is far from over, and the Paine family knows that the road ahead may be long. But Chad has promised to keep sharing updates, to keep letting the world into their story, and to keep holding on to hope. For now, the family asks for one thing above all: continued prayer, continued love, and continued support as Erin fights to heal. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.